Hello, my name is Kiriath, and I know I always say this, but this is probably going to be a shorter video today, but I originally wasn't planning on doing a video today at all, so there is that. Anyway, what we're going to talk about, just briefly, is, well, there's been a little bit of activity in terms of Codex Adeptus Mechanicus. The Warhammer community site has updated, saying that you will actually get a look at Codex Adeptus Mechanicus, now that the Nurgle stuff is pretty much out of the way. I'll be honest, looking at it, it doesn't look hugely promising. I'm just going to be totally blunt with you. If you are an AdMech player yourself, I would probably suggest not expecting too much. We haven't really seen anything in the way of rumours about new units. We haven't seen anything in the way of rumours about things like transports or extra vehicles or anything like that. And in fact, the actual Warhammer community site simply says that it is the most complete guide to the servants of the machine god we've ever released, covering rules as well as background of the different sects of the mysterious cult. Inside you'll find data sheets for the cult Mechanicus, Secretari, and for the first time, Questor? It's got to be Questor. Mechanicus Knights, as well as new stratagems, warlord traits, and relics. There are also rules for 7 Forge Worlds, including classics like Mars, as well as more niche factions like Agrippina and Stargate 8. I nearly said the 7th, but it's 8. And also the 8th, that wouldn't make any sense either. We'll be taking a look at the powerful, unique abilities for each in detailed previews next week. Now, for me, the fact that they just did not say anything. They said that they'll take a look at powerful, unique abilities for each of the factions, for each of the Forge Worlds. Yes. Did they say anything about having a look at any of the new models, any of the new units, any of the new rules? No. Which, to be honest, says to me that you're probably not going to get very much in the way of that. Now, to be honest, I'm not entirely surprised, because after Primaris, I would say that Nurgle was the next big release. What with it being almost an entirely new force, filled with new units, almost to the brim with new units, one of which is mentioned on this very article, which we'll take a look at in a second. I did have the feeling that Adeptus Mechanicus would basically be taking 2 books, sticking them together, and that would be job done, effectively. And it does kind of feel like that's going to be the case now, which is a little bit disappointing, but I don't know. It felt like it might be a bit of a filler job, and I think it probably is. So, on the one hand, good that you're getting your Codex relatively early. On the other hand, not so good in terms of, I think, what you're going to get out of it, because I don't think you're going to have that much in the way of new toys to play with. Obviously, Forge Worlds are welcome, but a bit more would have been nice, let's be honest. Finally, accompanying the Codex, Adeptus Mechanicus is the perfect... accompanying Codex Adeptus Mechanicus is the perfect leader for any Army of the Machine God Belisarius call, so you'll actually be able to get that separately, which is good. I mean, it's an awesome model, but yeah, there you go. Not great, not a huge amount of info. Obviously, we'll take a look at the abilities when they appear, but for now, let's just hope they're good. Let's just hope they're good. Okay, so, as well as Adeptus Mechanicus, there are new units on the way for the Death Guard, and the first one is a unit from the Horus Heresy, and it's the Deathshroud Terminators. So there we go. Look at that. You know what? I actually really like these. They look pretty damn good. Even the stomach mouth. I'm okay with the stomach mouth. It looks suitably new Nurgle. Weirdly, I feel like these aren't quite as busy as a lot of the Nurgle stuff has been recently. There's a lot less hanging off them. There's a lot less in the way of kind of, I guess, overbearing detail, which I have to admit I quite like, because I think the Nurgle stuff, whilst it does look good, is getting a little bit too complex for its own good. But yeah, these look pretty damn good. The one complaint that I've got, I think more than anything, is the funnels on the top. Now, to me, that has seemed very much a Typhus only type of thing. For as long as I can remember, it's been Typhus is the dude with the horn in the middle, on the head, like that dude, and the funnels on top of the armour, like all 3 of them. Now, obviously, the Forge World Deathshroud Terminators have all had these exhaust vents on the top of the armour, so it's not like this is out of nowhere, but I do feel that it kind of takes away a fairly unique identifier for Typhus and gives it to other characters as well. Although, that being said, having the Deathshroud look like Typhus does make sense from, well, just from pretty much any standpoint. It does make sense. It's just going to take a little bit of adjusting to, because I think you lose that instant identifier of that's the guy. Now, obviously, Typhus is going to have a different pose to these guys, which will help, but yeah, it's just something to get used to, not necessarily a bad thing. So yeah, those are the Deathshroud Terminators. I have to say, I really do like them. I really do. I'll be honest, I would have preferred a helmet on this dude, but that is just personal preference and nothing else. So yeah, that is that's pretty much it. I mean, they keep their role from the Horus Heresy, so they are like a heavily armoured bodyguard, and yeah, they get Man Reapers. 3 strength 8 attacks in melee at AP -3 and dealing D3 damage apiece. That is not bad, and they've got Cataphractii Terminator armour, so 2+ save, toughness 5, disgustingly resilient, 2 wounds. They're pretty good. Their special ability is Silent Bodyguard, and you roll a dice for each time a friendly Death Guard character is hit by a ranged or melee weapon whilst he is within 3 inches of this unit. On a 2+, one of the Deathshroud intercepts that hit. The character is not hit by that attack, but this unit is instead. So that is, to me, pretty damn good. I really like that. It's very fluffy, it's quite fun, and it fits the unit absolutely perfectly. So yeah, expect to see quite a few Deathshroud. I'd be disappointed if you didn't, because they're nice looking models. They're extremely Death Guard models because they're Deathshroud, and they do seem to have quite a good ability attached to them. I suppose it depends on how effective Terminators turn out to be in the long term, but on the face of it, they look pretty nice. They look pretty good. So there we go. I know it's a shorter video than usual, but it's been a day. It's been a day today. There'll be another video tomorrow, as well as the gameplay video. I'll do another 40k video to make up for the shortness of this one. And in the meantime, let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you a bit disappointed about the Adeptus Mechanicus? Do you think we might see more stuff than they're hinting at, or do you think it will just be essentially a re-release with a couple of tweaks? And do you like the Deathshroud? Do you think they look good? Do you think they fit? You better think they fit. If you don't think they fit, you're a madman, an absolute madman. Anyway, there's links and stuff on the screen. Click them if you like. The subscription, Patreon, other videos, all of that stuff. Click it if you want to. Don't click if you don't want to. It's entirely up to you. And I will see you tomorrow. Toodaloo.